Good morning and welcome to the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of eastern Tennessee. The sun is out, it is a beautiful day, and we are going on another adventure. Welcome to a magical spot in the forest. I'm about to head up this creek system right here and do some exploration. I've never been up in this area right here. I'm pretty excited. For those of you that have been here before, thank you for joining me again. I appreciate the support. For those of you that are here for the first time, thank you as well. These videos are about exploration and adventure. Exploration and adventure of nature and of ourselves. The goal here is to go up this creek system right here and find a cool spot to sit down and be mindful and meditate and be as present as possible in this moment out here with all of you. I'm hoping that these things will translate into positive experiences and being more mindful in my life at home with my friends, my family. Hopefully it helps some of you as well. I'm really excited to go up here because we also have a second thing that we're going to do on this journey today. There's a really cool sport in the Canary Islands. It's called Salto del Pastor, or Shepherd's Leap. It's a cool folk sport, and what they do is they actually fashion these large trees and sticks to help themselves jump off of and traverse these really rocky cliffs and outcroppings in that area there. So while I'm not going to be doing any of that, I do love to have a stick with me out here in the woods. It adds support as I'm crossing the river. It adds a third point of contact when the water's deep or swift. It also is very helpful if I'm crossing or traversing any downed trees, which there are a lot of these days. So I'm excited for everyone. Thank you for being here, joining me again. We're going to go up an adventure in this creek area right here. I'm at a really cool spot right here. There's a little creek that heads up there, but we're gonna head up the main system right here. So thanks for being here. Here we go. So I try not to talk in these videos a lot while we're rock hopping and exploring. I really like to just enjoy the sounds of nature, and hopefully all of you are as well. But I have to point out things sometimes. So this right here, it looks like a rock, but I am pretty sure that is just what's left of a colossal tree. I mean, how cool is that? I'm excited to get over here. All right, I gotta pay attention. Yeah, how cool is that? I'm excited to see this thing. Wow. That is just incredible. Cool mushrooms right here too. Never eat things like that unless you know what they are. I don't know what they are, so I'm not gonna snack on those right now. That thing is colossal. And it has been here for a really long time. That is so cool. Just incredible. My feet are real cold today. This area right here is very tight through the trees, as you can see. Fantastic, but not a lot of rocks that are kind of above the water in here, and so spending a lot more time with my feet in the water than I would really love to, but I mean, that's just part of it. My feet are real cold at the moment, so standing on top of a rock right now to kind of let them dry out a little bit. The other thing that's really important for me right now is there are millions of downed trees, limbs, things like that. I absolutely want to source something that's already down. I am not going to cut anything down, harvest any new trees, cut off any limbs, any of that kind of stuff. Anything that I'm gonna find to make this pole with is gonna have to be something that's already down on the ground or not attached to anything living. How's everybody doing out there? Thanks for being here for today. Found a cool little spot in the creek right here. I got a tributary coming out of the hills right here. I'm not sure if they reconnect on the other side or not. We're gonna stick to the main creek system right here for today. I hadn't really had a lot of luck finding a more permanent stick to go with me. I found one to use for today, but it's not really a long-term solution. So I'm still looking for that. Hopefully we'll find something between now and then. Still looking for a cool spot to sit down and meditate here. Hopefully we'll find something soon. Thanks for being here. Here we go. Pretty awesome spot here. Like a little magical fairy pool right here. I'm gonna walk up here just a little bit further, but I think this might be our spot today. This feels good. Welcome to a magical spot in the forest. This area feels ancient. The energy out here is fantastic. The rocks are covered in old moss. We're kind of sandwiched in between two high valley walls out here. There's some really great waterfall features right here. I love this spot. This spot feels wonderful. So the way that this is going to work, I am going to have to kind of backtrack over here a little bit and come up this side of the creek to get to this rock right here. So this is going to be our spot where we're going to do our meditation and mindfulness session for today. This channel is about exploration of the outdoors and exploration of ourself. We're gonna have a 7-minute meditation session over there on that rock. And while I know that 7 minutes is not a long time, when you're out here and the only thing that you have are the thoughts in your head, 7 minutes can seem like an eternity. A lot of thoughts come. Negative thoughts, positive thoughts, what we did in the past, what we're gonna do later. It's a natural thing. So for me, mindfulness is realizing that we have these thoughts, because I'm not sure that you can turn them off. Realizing that we have these thoughts and realizing that those thoughts, good and bad, are taking us to somewhere where we are not present in our life. So that is a lot of this. A lot of this channel is the exploration to get out here. It's also the exploration of ourselves, to be able to sit down out here in nature and be as present as possible. The best way that I have found to do that is to focus on my breathing. It's something that's happening right now. It's something that draws me into my body, to myself, and it helps me feel grounded wherever I am, especially out here in the woods where it's beautiful, the creek is rolling by. But what it also does is it helps me to be more focused and mindful and present in my day-to-day life at home, with my wife, my kids, my family, my community, all of those things. So I appreciate everyone who's here for the journey. I'm sharing my journey, my adventure with all of you. It's absolutely helping me, and I hope that it can help some of you as well. Thank you for being here. This is gonna be great. Thank you everybody for joining me for that mindful session over there, that meditation session. That was fantastic. I'm a little further up the river right here, the little creek right here. You might have noticed if you made it from the start of the video to now, the lighting has changed out here significantly. It is starting to get dark out here right now. I decided to fly the drone down the creek a little ways just to kind of check things out, see what might be down here. It actually lost connection with the satellite. Then it started having some other issues and it basically crashed. The battery died while it was out here. And so I was using the Find My Drone program in DJI's app, but I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. There's no data, there's no nothing. They give you coordinates of the last recorded spot of the drone. It basically was telling me to look up this ridge line right here. So I literally have been rolling up and down this ridge line for the last few hours, doing grid searches up and down. And it turns out that I actually had to walk back out to the car. I had to get a data cell service so that I could pull up the DJI app so that I could actually get the video cache off of it. Now, maybe that's something that you can do out here. I'm not really sure, but it was not working for me. So I had to go miles back to the car, get all that worked out, tromp back out here. And again, it was not over here. It was actually in a nice little fluffy spot in the bushes right here on the other side of the creek. So I would have looked over there honestly for days and weeks, who knows how long. But luckily in that video cache, it showed me exactly where the drone had crashed and I was able to identify the spot, walked up and it was sitting right here, thank goodness. No one's out here, so wasn't worried about somebody else taking it, but we had a wonderful session, meditation session, mindfulness session right there. Very calming, very relaxing. It went from very calm and relaxing as life does sometimes to a little bit hectic, to be quite honest. The one thing about that though is that I was in the moment. I was very focused on what I had to do to find that thing and I was not successful. Thank y'all for being here. We're gonna be doing this every single week where I'm gonna get out here, explore, work hard, find a cool spot to sit down and relax. The other thing that I did not find today was the stick that I was hoping for, right? I had two goals: to find a cool spot to meditate, which I did, find a stick. I did not find a stick, lost the drone. So such is life, that's how it goes. It never works out the plan, but here we are. Thank you everybody for joining me again. Everybody knows how YouTube works. Hopefully you'll subscribe for more videos. I'll be doing this every single week. Hopefully you'll like the video as well. And I would certainly love to hear from anybody in the comments. Maybe you guys have some stories about how you lost your drone, you found your drone, maybe you never saw it again. So I consider myself lucky this time, lesson learned, and we'll do better next time. So thank you everybody for being here. Get out there and explore. Enjoy the day. Thank you.